Hi, I'm John Lewis. Welcome to The Skinny here on YourTV. Today we have two people. They're from the Nephton Ridge Runners. We've got Tracy and we've got Britt Bennett. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
So the first thing I got to ask, of course, which you've got, people are saying the Nephton Ridge Runners. Where did that name come from?
We started a breakfast jam approximately 6 years ago, and we were just sitting in the kitchen, and the people that were playing there, one of our friends said, he says, we have ridges all around our house, so he says, you guys should call yourselves the Nephton Ridge Runners. And it just kind of stuck.
I did.
Yeah, because you live near Nephton.
Exactly.
And we're on a ridge.
Yes,
Yep.
and both your grandparents worked at the Nephton mines.
Yes, yeah.
What do they mine in Nephton? I don't even know.
Nepheline cyanide. It's not cyanide.
Oh, okay, okay, good.
Cyanite.
Okay.
It's a product for making glass and
Okay.
ceramics and the fiber optics in cables.
Oh, okay.
Like, for television and stuff.
Oh, like,
And it goes all over the
so
world.
your TV could have materials in their fiber optics that were at Nephton mines. Could be.
It could very well be, yes.
Wow. So now, your grandparents, were they into music? Both of them, or any of them, or your family?
My grandfather played the fiddle, and then my grandmother, she played fiddle, and my mom played guitar.
Oh, so did your mom teach you anything on their guitar? Or no?
She taught me my first C chord when I was 8 years old.
And let's demonstrate that to see if those lessons paid
Well,
off.
if I can remember it, yeah. No.
A C chord?
C chord, yeah. That's my first chord that I was taught, and it blossomed from there, I guess.
So then you learned how to put C and D and whatever.
Yep, yeah, and it was all, I learned all by ear, so.
Oh, so you didn't take any lessons?
Well,
or
there
anything?
was no internet, and we couldn't afford lessons, so and my brother-in-law, he played guitar too. I learned a lot from him. And
Okay, we're going to talk about that after. What about you, Tracy? How is your background in music? When did you first get the bug?
Well, when I was 7, I started taking piano lessons.
Oh, so you had the formal training
Yes,
of the duo
I
here.
had the classical piano, Bach and Mozart
Okay.
and all that. Yeah,
Okay, oh.
yeah. So
And how old you were?
I was 7.
Now you grew up down in Orland,
Yes.
a little community.
Little tiny blink. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been through there.
Yeah. A dairy farm down there.
Yeah, okay. So now, was your parents into music, or?
Not really. Mom plays a little bit of piano, but nothing. No, I'm about the only one that really does anything
And you
with
played
music.
piano down in Brighton at the church down there, the
I did at
Pentecostal,
Pentecostal
church. How long did you
church.
do that for?
A few years.
Yeah?
And did my own songs there too.
Oh, you wrote
I
songs back
gospel
then?
songs back then, yeah. Started when
Oh.
I was about 29.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. And so who were some of the early influences, say, in your songwriting, in your music at that time?
Well, it was gospel.
Gospel, sure.
It was gospel music. My
So
mom.
traditional kind of music? And
Yeah, the music I first kind of listened to. My mom didn't like me listening to heavy metal and all that kind of stuff. So she introduced me to Christian music.
Okay.
Like Sandy Patty and different people like that. And then, so that kind of was my favorite for a while, Carmen and different people like that.
So now your first guitar, can you remember your guitar? Did your parents buy you a guitar?
my
or
mom and dad, yes, bought me my first guitar.
How old were you then?
I was 8 years old.
And this is the same one, isn't it?
No, this is not
No,
the same
so-
one.
sorry.
But it was a 12-string Fender acoustic. I bought it.
A 12-string?
It was a 12-string.
Wow.
I bought it at Bud Monahan's. When they were out on the highway, the
Okay.
115 there, and my brother has that same guitar today.
Oh, the one you got.
Yeah.
But you have the red guitar now.
I've switched to electric. I don't play a lot of the electric's a lot easier on my fingers.
Okay. So for you watching, this will be a treat when they play later, because he doesn't usually play the acoustic. So a rare event here on the Skinny. Now, with your family, because it was musical, your brother, you had a band, the Bennetts?
Yeah, my brother and his wife, Jan and Dolores Bennett, they talked me into one night when they were at a show. We were on a cruise in Oh, in Aurelia.
Okay.
It was on like a cruise boat, and
Yeah.
my brother surprised me and said, "My brother's here. I'd like him to get up and play with us." So I got hooked.
So you started playing that. Was that the
That's-
first time you really played in front of a group?
Yes. Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Were you scared?
That was.
Were you nervous?
A little bit, not too bad. It's like I'm always in the back, right? In the,
Oh, so you were you singing then, or
no,
were you just playing?
No, just playing.
So
playing.
a far cry. Now you're
So now-
up there.
Yes. Yeah.
We're going to talk about that after a
Well,
while. But you're, yeah, you're.
It's something I always wanted to do. Is perform.
Okay, because
so,
you did some construction work and a trucker. Now, but
Yeah.
were songs in your head all the time? Because I don't know if you write songs.
Put music on the back burner for a long time.
Oh,
For the longest time, and then got back into it when actually a young lady from our church, from the Apsley Community Chapel, asked me if I would play backup for her at open mics in Peterborough, and that's really where I started, and then we started together then.
and this was at a place called Gabby's. Is that right?
Yes, yeah.
So okay, there's a story there about that other person. I'm bringing it up on the
You gonna bring it up?
Bum, bum, bum. No. Okay, so So you both were playing separate.
Separately there,
Yeah.
yes.
Were you together at that time as a couple?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, that made it worse.
I didn't even know she sang.
Oh,
I didn't.
what? You didn't hear her in the shower? Or
No, no. She was pretty.
I was quiet about it for a while. I left music for a while as well, so
And why did you leave music? What was it that you had to take a break? Kids?
I left the church for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just kind of let it go.
But gospel music's still important?
I love gospel music, yes,
Okay.
yes.
And were you playing in other bands too, Britt? Were you playing other than the Bennetts?
I went on out and did some other stuff with some other bands, some local bands, and just played backup for a few people here and there.
Like rhythm guitar or lead guitar?
And lead guitar.
Okay, always like the lead.
Yeah. You know what? Like I said, it's just been the last 10 years
Yeah.
that I've really come out and stepped out from behind the shadows.
Okay.
And
And in the Bennett's group, did you guys write any original songs? Did your brother write in his
my
wife?
sister-in-law.
Your sister-in-law, yeah.
Yeah, Jan Dolores. She wrote a few of her own songs. Yep.
Okay.
And performed them.
And do they still play?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
And are they still called the Bennetts?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, so something to check out. More Bennetts.
More Bennett's. Yeah.
More Bennetts.
Yeah, for
They're
sure.
everywhere.
So now, how did you guys get together? Was it music that drew you together, or somebody sent you on a blind date or something?
It
or-
was kind of a blind date. We had a photo of each other through a friend of mine and a friend of his. They'd got married, so I knew her and he knew him, and they were going on a motorcycle ride, and I said, well, I'd love to go. She said, well, I'll ask him if he'll take you. So we switched a photo with each other, and we got in the Harley and went for a ride in that, and yeah,
So you ride a Harley?
well, we did
With me. Yeah.
with
Oh, okay.
together. I ride the
Okay.
back on it, yeah.
Yeah, but when I first met her at our church,
Yeah,
she could hear
Yeah.
me playing, but she couldn't see me. So.
he was behind the podium, so
Oh.
yeah,
So
I
it
heard
was-
him before.
So that was really a blind kind of date because she couldn't see you
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
because you were behind the podium. see?
Yeah, so our friend Carrie kind of set us up, and yeah.
So now with your music, what was it a gospel? Were you interested in gospel music at the beginning, or more country western? at
I
the
grew
beginning?
up on gospel.
Okay, so
That's
you
what
as well.
I started.
So
Yes.
there's a
that's-
really good connection there.
Yes. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And country and western, which I guess has gospel music in it.
I was never allowed to listen to any other music
Never
than gospel.
allowed,
Like
okay.
when I was younger.
Yeah.
But as I get into my teen years, and I was trying to get my dad into listening. He didn't like it, and some of the songs he would approve of that we could listen to, and then I got in more and more into country, and that old I want to say the religious part of life kind of washed away there, and so we could enjoy more music down when we went through the States with my mom and dad, and that's where I first heard Alabama and
Okay.
all those big groups, and it's like, wow, it was
What about rock music? Were you into rock music a bit or no?
A little bit, not as much as the country.
Okay.
There was some rock stuff. We do some rock stuff now, but at that point in my life, I was the country, into the country. I wasn't into rock stuff.
So you were in the country, you were in the gospel.
I was into gospel until I kind of left home and went to hairdressing school for a while, and then I got
Oh.
introduced to heavy metal for a while, which
so
my mother
if I
did
ever
not
need
like.
a trim,
So-
I guess you wouldn't make a lot of money from me.
Yeah, I did that
But-
for 12 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, when did you guys decide that, okay, let's do music together and let's go out and gig? When did that happen? When you decided to call yourselves the Nephton Ridge Runners, and how did, yeah.
We did an open mic at Gabby's one night, and I had heard this song. It was a John Prine song, "In Spite of
Okay.
Ourselves," and this girl that was singing there, I thought, she'd be pretty good, probably pretty good duo to sing this song with her, and I asked her to sing it with me, and
That wasn't you, I take
It
it.
Wasn't
wasn't
me.
her.
Okay.
It was a girl on a ukulele.
So,
and,
Okay.
yeah.
then it was okay. You're not doing that anymore.
No.
You're going to sing that with me. So
Yeah.
then that's where we started singing
Oh,
together.
okay.
And the
Yeah.
duet
So-
started.
So
yeah.
that ride home, I wouldn't have wanted to been in the car.
Well, it wasn't
No,
really
it wasn't
that
like
bad.
Wasn't
that.
that bad?
No.
Okay.
But
I was
you know,
just like,
it
no.
kind of inspired her
It
to
did.
come out of
Yeah.
her shell and then come out of hiding, I guess, is what you want to.
So now the Nephton Ridge Runners, there's you two, but you also have Gail, I believe, on bass.
Yes.
Gail.
Yes.
Ellis,
Gail, and so she's joined. When did she join?
about 5 years ago.
Well, 5 years ago. And then I also noticed, because I've seen you, sometimes you add in a drummer. So you have Kevin Hornsby, I
Yes.
guess, who I think at an open mic, he was drummer in training, I think you referred to him as. But
That was her.
That was Herb. No,
Oh, that was Herb.
that
Different
was
guy.
Herb.
Oh.
Yeah,
No,
Herb's a different.
no, Kevin's quite an
Excellent.
Okay.
accomplished
Excellent,
musician. Yeah,
yes.
very, very good musician.
Yes.
Excellent musician, and he really compliments us when he plays with us.
but
And
the
he likes it.
original thing was you two.
Just the
Yes.
two of us.
Yeah.
You two. Okay, so that's good. So now, what I'm going to do, I want to talk to you about your songwriting, which you started at 29, like about 2 or 3 years ago. And so we're going to take a break first. We're going to take a short break, okay? You're watching The Skinny on YourTV, and we'll be right back with Britt and Tracy. Hi, welcome back to The Skinny here on YourTV. Today we're talking to the two, I guess you could call them the original members of the Nephton Ridge Runners. We have Tracy and Britt Bennett. That's a little alliteration there. What was your brother's name?
Jan.
Oh, wasn't a B.
No.
Okay, so I digress. All right, so now, we're talking about the music. You, Tracy, write all the songs.
Yes,
And you said you started that at 29?
29.
So
In
you
the
weren't
church.
thinking, you weren't thinking about it before then?
I've loved music. Like I said, I played piano since I was 7, so I always loved the classical music, and I go from genre to genre
Okay.
through my life. And then when I met him, then, I had a little bit of roots in country, not a lot, just a friend of mine that had a band with her family, Darlene. And so when I met him, that's what they did, was gospel country, and I love that, so.
So were you writing more spiritual
Yeah,
songs?
yeah.
Well, they're personal songs for sure, which
Yes,
a lot of songwriters
yes.
do, but you try to write a catchy song and something that people will like,
Mm-hmm.
but there's also all this meaning,
Yes.
especially to you guys. So when you're playing these songs, you're like, oh yeah, okay, I know when she wrote that one.
You'd be like, oh, she's writing
Yeah.
about me again.
So what do you tend, yeah, what do you write about?
Yeah. I write about what we go through, a lot of it, because couples go through ups and downs, and it's life. So that my first song, Life, back in
Yes.
2019, that's why I wrote that, because it just was just the story of a boy and a girl and their journey all the way through till, they went to heaven together. And I wrote that in like 10 minutes. It's one of the fastest ones I've written. It just went
And
away. and went.
do you write the lyrics first, then you bring that to Brit, or you have the melody too, or how does that work?
Different ways. Sometimes I have a title.
Okay.
I just have the name of the song. I'll be lying in bed and I'll just get a title and I'll just write it down real quick and go back to sleep. Other times I have a melody going. So it's different with almost every song. It's not the same for me.
She'll
It's-
rough in the melody, and I just add to it.
Yeah,
what-
and then
what
I'll
I
play
can.
it I'll record it and I'll
Right.
send it to him, or even over our phones to each other, and I'll say, what would you do with that? Can you find me a solo for that? Can you find me an intro for that? And we put it together.
So you
So-
you're working together on it. Then when
Yeah.
do you bring in, say, Gail into the picture?
When we get it right.
Well, yeah, when we've
When we-
practiced it enough that
Yeah.
we want someone else to hear it.
And it doesn't happen.
know.
That doesn't happen overnight.
No.
There's
Yeah.
it's like it's trying. It's really hard to work together to do the
Yes.
song, but because I'm a little short on patience at times.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because I was going to ask you later, but I'll go on now. So, is it challenging at times to have your life partner play music with you?
I
And
love
like the
that.
play together. Is
Yeah.
that a hard thing at times? Do you?
Not when we're on stage, it's not hard. When we're learning something new together, it's hard.
Yeah.
But once we've got it and we bring it out on the stage, then it's like fun. Like it's
we
just,
don't, we don't let the little,
Yeah.
I might get ugly at her, and she gets ugly at me. But we don't let that bother us. We just get over it.
Mm-hmm.
And, all right, let's move on. And she doesn't hold anything against me. God knows it's a good thing. And
So,
then
so we're talking about the music. So maybe this is a good point to do a song. Maybe
Okay.
Can you play us one of your original songs, and what's it going to be, and tell me what it's about? Or
it's
tell us about what it's.
It's coming back to country. I'm going to play it for me
Yeah.
because I love the way I'm the rhythm player. He's the one that makes the guitar sing. So.
Okay.
I-
And he
I'd
doesn't
rather
do
him
this
sing.
very often.
Not
we
with
talked
an
about
acoustic.
this.
not with an
Playing
acoustic.
the
No.
acoustic guitar, he doesn't do this very often. So this is like rare.
And he's playing my guitar, which is
And
the
he's playing
jazz
your
one.
guitar.
So yeah, this is my Jasmine he bought me.
And so
So
this is called.
come on back to country.
Okay, tell me about it.
But our breakfast jam was a big influence for that because we have people in our home every week. So it's just about friends and music and getting together and just hanging out together and having a good time and play some music.
Well, let's hear it.
So-
Come back to country.
Come on back to country. Come on back to country, land of milk and honey. country. Kick up your heels. Sit down and relax. We'll have a great meal. Come on back to country. Enjoy some company. Where the air is clear. It's always summery. Grab an old guitar and let's play and sing some tunes. Sit and watch the stars and hang out under the moon. Come on back to country. Make yourself at home. Pour a cup of coffee and come back to country.
Very good. That's a nice song.
Thank you.
Have you recorded that yet?
I
guess you
got
just did.
some of it done. Yeah,
Yeah,
here
we
you
just
go.
did, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I do have some instruments laid down for that, so,
Okay, because
Yeah.
you're working on that?
We're working on it.
Okay.
yes.
Now, you host, you mentioned before, a breakfast open mic
Yes.
in your house. And the thing is, you include breakfast. You get a free breakfast.
Yes. Yeah.
When did that come about and how can you do that? Because you get a lot of people. I've seen some photos and things.
Yeah.
You got a good crowd in there.
Yeah.
We started out, friends of ours, we met at Uncle George's little restaurant out on Highway 28 at the end of the Northern Bay Road, and they closed down. Long story short, they closed down. So where are we going to do this? Because we would meet on Wednesday morning and have breakfast and then sing music in the restaurant. We would play to, and then well, I said, well, look, we can take it back to my house and I'll make breakfast there. And it just
Been doing it for years
been doing
now.
it for
Yeah,
So-
6 years,
7 years now.
yeah.
Let me get this straight. So you make the breakfast?
Yes.
Not her?
Nope.
So one morning you don't have to do anything. Just show up. Just roll out of bed, walk downstairs, and he's got breakfast going.
Yeah.
I like that. Brownie points. Brownie points. That's good. So now, what kind of people? You getting people that come to you? All different people. They just want to play music. That's what I sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Just people that don't get out a lot, and they, you know.
Some of them are shy when they first come, and
some
they,
shy
they,
people,
you know,
and
yeah.
they just love music.
Because there's some people, and I know for some people, going out in the evening when a lot of music happens, I don't know, they're just hesitant going out, whereas this would be daylight, it would be more a safe environment, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. I burn out from working, and I got to the point where I wanted to do something during the week instead of working 9 days a week.
Break up the week a bit.
And break up the week. So, and a lot of people were in had the same mindset. So when we done it, we started Wednesdays and then we moved it to Tuesdays, and it just gets people out in the middle of the week during the day just to do something different instead of just the everyday humdrum working and work, and it just breaks up the week. And
Some people
Some
just
look-
come to listen. They don't
Yeah.
play instruments, they don't sing, even though
No,
we
no,
try
they
to
come
get
for
some
the
of them to do.
breakfast, I think.
They
Yeah,
like the
yeah, the
food, yeah,
breakfast
the
too,
food's
yeah.
pretty
You
good,
know.
yeah.
Now, you also host an open mic or on the first and third Fridays, or you have been, at the Havelock Center.
Yes.
So talk about the Havelock Center and what it is and how you got involved with doing that.
Our friend Rolf is
Yeah.
is the one that started it, and he got a hold of us and he goes, would you guys be interested in being like a host band? And then if someone wants to come up to sing, would you just back them up? And we've done that before. We did that at the Keene Center
Okay.
as
yep.
well for a couple of years. So we've done it before. And we said, yeah, we'd be interested in doing that. And we've been doing that almost 2 years now. I think we've been there doing that.
Something like that.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
work because you're
Yes.
backing up people who you're just playing music. You're playing the music for them because they don't write. They don't.
No.
They just sing. Have the. How hard is that to come up on at the spur of the moment because you're not rehearsing all this?
It's okay if I know the songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know lots of
I've-
songs.
I've learned a lot of songs doing this. I've learned a lot of stuff. We've picked a lot of stuff up that we do, like cover tunes and stuff, and it's broadened our horizons too. It's we've got quite a list of songs that we do know off by heart. There's probably 400 or 500 songs on our list.
Oh wow. So now, how can people get in touch with you? You're into all this stuff because you're the one.
Yes, I'm the one that does all the
So
social
tell us how
media.
somebody watching, look at that camera right over here
All
and say,
right.
hey, this is how you can get in touch with us.
Hey, if you want to get in touch with us, we are on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. We do have a website. It's a long one, but we do have one.
Maybe you can play us out. If we have
Okay.
time, we'll play some.
All
You're
right.
going to do another tune on the way out. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having
You've been
us.
watching the Nephton Ridge Runners, Tracy and Britt Bennett, and we'll be back again next week.
I want to be the one to hold you tight, to lie in our bed and kiss goodnight. I want to be the one that you can cling to. I love you. What can I do? When I look into your eyes, my heart begins to melt. This is the hand that I've been dealt.